agenda, number 11, finance, letter F. That is going to, I'm told that's going to be pulled tonight. Some different paperwork that needs to be done, and then that'll come back. So number 11, letter F, will be pulled this evening. Additionally, we're going to add, under number 12, other business, letter C, memorandum of understanding between EASD and the foundation. No what? Oh, you're talking about two different things. I'm sorry, it wasn't John. Mike was sleeping. And letter D, motion to approve the partnership between the Eastern Area School District and Life Church. So they will be added under number 12, other business, letter C and D.
Yeah, Bishop Pembo, let's just fill in the blank for 3 to 1 year.
I was going to say, I have this wording. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
So I'll just read that when we go for the vote.
Yep.
All right, with that being said, can we all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Oh, I'm sorry. March Elementary, Mr. Bonilla. Sorry about that.
Introduce Samuel Hyde, who will be reading reciting the pledge for us today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Number 2, for superintendent's report, I'm going to start. I want to acknowledge some people. So, as many of you may know, over the last few years, I've given out turkeys and things in the community, and we did about 12, 13 turkeys. And this year, it really took off. We did 80 turkeys, and we have some people in the community who really stepped up and really helped. And you know, we served well over 100 and some people who really needed it, and unfortunately we had to turn some people away. We just didn't have enough. Next year we'll bring a tractor trailer full, so it's really getting big. But I want to definitely recognize some people in the community who really partnered with us and just did great for us. So first, Mr. Fran Pinter of American Printing gave us access to his parking lot on Saturday, and also donated cranberry sauce to match every turkey and everything we had. So, Fran, I appreciate you. And I want to hand this to you.
It was nice to be a part of it, and it's nice to support you and the community.
Thank you. If you're on the printing company, don't be upset. We printed it in-house. Also, the Career Institute of Technology. So, and let me back up. Ali Ramirez was huge. We attacked many different giants and just stole all their turkeys. We did pay for them, but we had to go from Nazareth to Fort Worth. We were all over the place loading cars up with turkeys and trucks and everything. So it was great, and Ali really played a huge part in that. Unfortunately, I didn't think it all through. So once we had the turkeys, I didn't know where I was going to put them. So the Career Institute of Technology, the CIT came through for us, and they gave us their walk-in freezer. So we stored them all there, and then we picked them up the Friday before. So they really came through for us and kept the turkeys nice and cold. So unfortunately, they're not here, but we have something for them, and we'll give it to one of our CIT reps. And Mr. Matthews, the vice principal over there, really helped us out. Alloy 5 and Randy donated. We ended up giving out turkeys and cranberry sauce and potatoes and pies and rice and beans and gift cards. So everybody really just kicked in, man. It was great. So Alloy 5, thank you very much for helping me. Also, again, in Alloy 5 and Dewey Engineering are always supporting us and helping us, and that leads me to Arif and Dewey, who are very much helpful in gathering turkeys and contributing. So, thank you, Arif and Dewey, for all you do for us.
If I may say something, I'm wearing the Eastern Pin proud.
Yes,
I
you
appreciate
are.
that.
My counterpart and good friend, I'm not sure what kind of pin he's wearing, but maybe he took
It's
some.
not an Eastern pin.
I'll have my stuff on a Thursday.
Okay. Will now.
Unfortunately, Lance Wheeler isn't here from the community. Lance Wheeler came through at the last minute and called me the night before. And Allie, I don't know how many hundreds of pounds of potatoes he came with and bagged them up to go with everything. So we're going to get that to him. That was tremendous. Giant. I reached out to Giant. I told him how many turkeys we were getting. We asked for gift cards, and it takes, from my understanding, it's 4 to 6 weeks for them to reply and do everything. And they turned everything around within 1 week, and then overnighted the cards to us. And they donated, I believe, 30 or 35 $25 gift cards to Giant to go with the meals. And a lot of people who had turkeys asked for the gift cards so they can go get some stuff to go with their turkey. So Giant really came through. I appreciate it, and we have someone here from Giant. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. Also, we have a letter from Giant that we're going to send out to the foundation and to the staff. In addition to their donation, they have included a Cash for Causes brochure, and it allows programs like ourselves, the school district, to purchase gift cards at 5% discount and sell them as fundraising opportunities. So that's something we're going to pass around to the district, and we can take advantage of that generosity. Also, Life Church, who is here today, I met with Pastor John on Friday about something completely different, and he was telling me about his program and things, and they invited me to Dunnigan Elementary School in Southside Bethlehem, where they served, I think, 500 or 600 families. It was ridiculous. It was so big. So I got there and I had a chance to talk to some board members from Bethlehem and some staff and some people in the community, and just really see and understand what it is that Life Church does. And at the end, Pastor John heard about the turkey giveaway and said, "We have a couple pies, you could take if you want." So I said, "Okay, we'll get a couple pies." And we loaded up the entire back of the bed of my truck with pies, and the back seat with pies, and the front seat with pies, and rice and beans. So it was very much appreciated. So, Pastor John, I want to definitely give you guys something. Thank you very much. And lastly, I've been on the board for 6 years, 4 as president, and we've done a lot of great things in the community as well as the district. And Diana, my fiance, I have one for you, but I'm not going to give it to you in public because, there's some truth in here, and I don't want everybody to say it. But I appreciate you for supporting me and pushing me and keeping me, mentally strong when I'm ready to break and body slam John Reinhardt. So thank you very much for everything you do, and I'll bring this on.
All right. I'd like to first of all begin by recognizing a person who has worked in our PTA and has received some statewide recognition for that work, in addition to all the work that she provides and all the help that she's given here in the Eastern area for many years. And I'm talking about Karen Hershey. Karen is here tonight, and she now joins a very small group of people in our area who have been recognized by the Pennsylvania PTA for their outstanding work as a volunteer in schools. And I believe that the award was presented to you this summer, And we had a group of people travel to, was it Pittsburgh? Yes, which I find totally impressive that the PTA members that work closely with her drove all the way across the state to recognize her and to see her get recognized at this great affair. So, Karen, I want, on behalf of the board administration, I want to express our deepest thanks to you and our happiness that you achieved this recognition, and we're very, very proud of you and very grateful to you for what you do and have done for our schools. So I have a special certificate. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to take this opportunity to spend a few minutes talking about one of the programs that we offer in Easton that's very special and very important to the health of our young people, and that is, of course, the program that we offer at Easton Area Academy. And I decided several years ago that it was important for us to take a few moments to remember and recall the significance of this program each year at some point. And I've asked Randy Buck if he would come forward tonight. He's the principal of the building and the person in charge. And Randy, could you offer some thoughts and bring the board up to speed related to our Academy program?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who I don't know, my name is Randy Buck. I'm the principal of Easton Area Academy, and I'm pleased to be here this evening to speak in front of you. And on behalf of my staff, again, I want to thank you for having me here. Easton Area Academy, just to share a little bit about some of the positive things that we're seeing going on. We're continuing to provide high-quality educational experiences and highly responsive environments. Because of this, a third of our students have achieved honor roll for the first mark, which is a tremendous feat, something that we're very proud of at Easton Area Academy. Our staff continues to find ways to highlight student success at all times and student achievement. We're currently underway our second round of STAR testing, which is happening on the middle school floor and USA Test Prep on the high school floor. Both our middle school and high school floor have seen a tremendous amount of growth, and we closely monitor that growth to make sure that we are giving the students everything we need to get them so that they can be transitioned back to either the middle school or high school. This year at Easton Area Academy, we've taken on the task of reaching out to and partnering with the community we serve. So last month, I believe in October, we partnered with Paxton Middle School. We had an evening where we had family night, and we invited the families of our community to come out to hear a program about truancy. We didn't get the best turnout, but nonetheless, we really wanted to let the community know that we want to work with them. Just last week, we offered a Thanksgiving celebration for our families, and it was a tremendous turnout. We had over 150 students, parents, and families attend, and it was phenomenal just to see the networking happening, the smiles on the families' faces. For us to get that many folks in attendance was a remarkable feat if you're familiar with the Academy. So there's lots of good things happening at the Academy. My staff and I, we welcome you guys to reach out to you and schedule time to meet. The amount of growth that's happening is remarkable. So again, thank you for having me here. It's much appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Buck. Any questions from anyone at the board level right now? Yes, go ahead.
Can you think of any way that the district as a whole can help you in bridging the gap with the community? Because, I mean, you have a diverse population over there, and a lot of times, the circumstances that they come from, the families aren't really connected, and as you mentioned, so I think we should look at a way to where, we can come up with a plan to really reach out to those families like we do at other schools in Chester and Paxton March, and really get them to get vested in their children's education.
We have a phenomenal staff. Then we also have a phenomenal program that works within our building for communities and schools. And they've been an absolutely great resource because there's days where we can't get families in for meetings and things of that nature. We actually have these folks go out and pick these things up and bring them to meetings and bring them back. So we are, the staff, again, I can't speak highly enough of the staff. They do a phenomenal job in community schools, a phenomenal resource that we utilize in Center.
I appreciate the fact that you mentioned communities and schools because that is a very important organization involved in the Academy program. One of the things that I heard recently in an aside in a conversation was that there was a group of people talking about students returning from the Academy back to the high school and who might be ready. And my understanding is one of the students realized that they might be considered for that move and took the time to follow up that conversation or overhearing that comment with please, P-L-E-A-S, please to counselors and others that he did not feel that he could return right now and really wanted to remain in that environment at the Academy because he was feeling success and he was feeling connected. And that is the bottom line for so many of the kids that we serve in that environment, is that the intensive help and care they get from the counselors, from the CIS people, from the principal and the staff members at every level is the nurturing kind of environment that leads to success and happiness, a bit of happiness in school. And so that's a tribute to you, all of you, and appreciate all that you do over there very much.
Also, Mr. Buck will be playing left tackle for us against Phillipsburg.
I'm ready.
Last but not least, we've come to a November here and a transition in our board, and this is the last meeting for a number of our school board members who are going to be off to doing other things, and we want you to leave us certainly with a public thank you for your service to the students of the school district. And we've got just a little something for you. Sometimes we buy a cake, and it's not easy distributing cake in the middle of a formal public meeting, but we've got each of you a little present as a reminder of your days here working in the school district. I hope that each of you leaves us with good feelings, because you're leaving, with all of us here, you're leaving us with good feelings. You've been a tremendous influence on our business as a school system. You've helped us through some very difficult times. You've been very honest with us and supportive in so many ways, and that is not easy in this day and age and in public service. So I have to say that I'm a personal thank you to each of you for your dedication and loyalty to the district and to the students we serve. It's been great working with you. My life was been very much enriched by your service here, and I know I speak for our other administrators and our other board members. Thank you very much. Very best to each of you.
I have a list of some things. So it's bittersweet for me because 4 years ago, when you came on, that's when I became the president for the first year, and I've been the president for 4 years with you guys. And some of the bullets that I just want to touch on, and I'm so happy and proud that we've all accomplished, with the administration and with the board over the last 4 years. Obviously, it starts with Paxinosa and finally getting that project done, and now we're moving on to Tracy Forks, Palmer, and Chester. We reorganized grade levels to move 5th grade back to the elementary schools. Made various upgrades within the area of safe schools. Began the iPad initiatives at the high school. We launched the Diversity Alliance, established 2 United Way community schools at Pax and Cheston, established the Leader and Me program at our elementary schools. No longer do we have a budget deficit, which many of us came in on. Settled contracts with multiple employee groups. And we began adding back previously eliminated professional positions And this year, through new positions, vacancies, and retirement, we're able to hire back 48 new professional employees to the district. So, we made, you guys help make a tremendous impact for our district and our community over the last 4 years. And I'm going to be sorry to see you guys go. So thank you for everything you've done over the last 4 years. It was an honor and privilege to work with you guys. So thank you.
What open up so people can see what lies within the bag.
Dinner tickets. Go with me.
Hey, they were giving them away for free. So
There you go. On the eve of the big game, it's important to make sure that you leave with the colors of the Eastern Red Rovers. So there you are.
Reports. Letter A. CIU 20, Ms. Price.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything to report because there's not a meeting this month, and there'll be a meeting in December, but I won't be at it. So I will miss being represented for IU 20, and I will miss being on the board. But as you know, we all have our choices to make in life. And thank you again, and that's all there.
Thank you. Eastern Area Public Library.
Good evening. My name is Ernest Schaefer. I'm the current president of the Board of Trustees of the Eastern Area Public Library. It's good to be with you this evening. And I'm happy to be here to offer this report about recent events and activities of the library, which, as we all know, is supported in large measure by the taxpayers of the Eastern Area School District. As always, the library is a center and continues to be a center for lifelong learning opportunities because it's a resource that is open to everyone of any age who lives in our school district. One way in which that happens is through the library offering programs to the public and opening its doors to groups from the community whose own programs offer resources to folks in our area. And for my report this evening, I just wish to highlight a few of those programs that took place in the last several weeks. On October the 5th, the library hosted the Therapy Dog program with the Lehigh Valley K-9 group, Chapter 100 group, and members of the program, accompanied by their dogs, talked about the benefits of the program, how people can become a part of it, and some of the volunteer opportunities that they work with in the community. Later on in October, on the 16th, representatives from CHIP, which is the Pennsylvania Children's Health Insurance Program, were there at the library to speak about the program to families interested in learning more about the benefits of enrolling their children, how they can do that, and teens, too, in the program, which, of course, as we know, is low-cost medical insurance benefits. On the 27th, the library presented a Halloween story time that attracted 40 patrons. All of the children present wore costumes, listened to Halloween stories, and then paraded through the library. Healthy treats fitting the library, including bookmarks, pencils, and stickers, were handed out by the library staff. Over the year, the library has hosted a series of Master Gardener programs, and the final one of the year took place on October the 19th. Master Gardener Lori Metz presented Plants of Murder and Mayhem to an audience of 30 people, all of whom survived. All of the above events took place at the main branch of the library. At the Palmer branch, a scrapbooking for kids program was held in October. And this is a new program for children who bring in photographs and design pages to highlight the photographs. While on the subject of the Palmer branch, I want to acknowledge the generous support of Palmer Township in recently purchasing a new shelving unit, 2 laptop tables, and another small table for the use of library patrons in that branch. And finally, I have for you a commercial. It is almost time for the holiday book sale at the main library. This is a wonderful opportunity to pick up gently used, or in many cases, almost new books, CDs, DVDs, audiobooks, and other materials for gifts either for others or for oneself. The sale begins at 10 a.m. Thursday, November 30th, or Tuesday, November 5th, free parking, and a lot easier than going to the mall at this time of the year. You can go to our website, eapl.org, or phone the library for hours for more information. We are most grateful to all of our many patrons and friends who donate thousands, literally thousands of books and other items to our book sales, and we're especially thankful for our wonderful support group known as the Friends of the Library, whose members organize and set up and staff this and our other book sales. That concludes my report. If anyone has questions, I have answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Letter C, CIT. Ms. Hess, Mr. Vandenberg, or Ms. Weiss?
Nope, no report.
D, Community College. Mr. Fainal?
Yeah, a very brief meeting. We covered an update on what's happening with the Eastern Project, where we should be hearing hopefully in the near future about the plans and the courses and things that may be offered there. We learned that in our Center for Business and Industry, they're going to be looking at a corporate and public safety type of course going on there. And our auditors ran and gave us an update after we completed the audit, with no exceptions being listed. It was nice to hear. And that completes my report.
Thank you. Letter E, for the final time, the Foundation for Eastern Schools, Mr. Buscemi.
The foundation met, and it wasn't anything remarkable. The plans for the gala are underway for next year already. That's the biggest thing that's happening right now. Other than that, it was just a report on finances and everything is doing fine there. That's been the report.
Thank you. Charles Schrin Science and Technology Initiative, Ms. Hess.
No, we have nothing. We gave our update last month.
All right. And back to Mr. Fainal for legislative.
As you all know by this time that the item on the ballot passed, and now the legislators are up trying to figure out what pieces are ready to put forward to try to go with the reduction in the property taxes. There seems to be nothing definite at this point in time.
Letter H, I don't believe, well, I know Mr. Geiger said he couldn't make it. And Buck, we have
a student here. Charlie Smith is here from Student Council.
Okay, there you are. You're like the only student that isn't doing something tonight for the Thanksgiving game.
I'm a junior, so.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi, so I'm Charlie Smith. I'm a junior. I'm from the class of 2019, secretary. So a report from us is we had a homecoming dance held in November. Over 800 students attended. We actually had to move it to the gymnasium because it was just such a big event. Last night we had our powder puff game, which successfully we beat Beaver. And Easton chose the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and we raised $1,093. As you guys all know, we had wood collecting today, which that's where Emily Midzak is right now. And we had our hall decorations after school. And tomorrow, all the student councils will be parading Paxinosa at 5:15, and then we'll be lighting the fire at 6 o'clock. That's our report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Letter I, PTA, Mr. Alexander.
First, PTA wanted to say thank you to the outgoing board members. I've been here almost, 4 years, so you're the board that I've known. So we do appreciate the work that you guys have put in, and we wish you luck. So I wanted to start with that. The PTA is also excited about Spirit Week. We're very excited about the bonfire, the festivities. The PTA is going to be working at the snack bar, so at the bonfire to raise money. So stop by and buy some stuff and support PTA. The Shawnee Elementary School, for the first time this year, is going to have alumni graduating in the class of 2018. So they're able to offer scholarships for the first time. So that's pretty cool. So each school offers PTA scholarships. So this will be the first year that they'll be able to do that over at Shawnee. And speaking of scholarships, a lot of times our scholarships are to honor people or in memorial. And so the middle school wanted to let you guys know that one of their scholarships is going to be named after Dr. Simia to honor her. So, and the work that she does with the kids. And they also wanted to let you know and invite you all to the International Culture Night, which is going to be held on December 1st. You're invited to be part of it, to participate, to bring a dish if you want to represent your heritage. However you want to get involved, you're welcome. Everyone's welcome. The public, you guys, it's going to be a pretty big thing. They've been putting a lot of work into it, so that's coming, and we're excited about that. We have, I think you guys all have a report, so I don't want to cover every little, every item, but, we just also wanted to let you know that we appreciate you and the things that you do for our kids. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone here from EAEA? How about the bus driver? All right. Before we move on, as we're thanking people, right before Thanksgiving, so it's appropriate. 3 years ago, John Reinhardt decided our bonfire wasn't enough, and he wanted to add fireworks to it.
That's right.
So we appreciate it, and we want to thank Garden State Fireworks, who put on a phenomenal show at a discounted rate for us.
Yes.
John Freund and King's Pride for their donation for the fireworks. Again, Arif from Dewey and Randy from Alloy 5. Chartwells, who handles our food in the cafeteria, lunch and breakfast. And also Kistler, Wolf, and Miller, who all contributed for the fireworks display that you'll see at the bonfire tomorrow night.
Yes, that's been a nice addition, and people have enjoyed that very much. And these sponsors have been doing this faithfully now since we started this, and they've been very generous. So thank you. A lot of them are here in the room, as you said, Mr. President, and thank you very much for that. I know our kids and parents and everybody just loves the opportunity, and it keeps it's a little bit of a competition with across the river, but that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Number 4, is there anyone from the public who would like to be heard on agenda items only? Seeing none. Can I have a motion to accept letter A, the executive session report as listed?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 6, can I please have a motion to approve the minutes as listed? So moved. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 7, can I have a motion to accept letters A through N? Does anybody want me to take anything out? No? Motion?
Motion with regrets for A. Oh, sorry.
Second with regret?
You want to do it one last time, you can. I just...
So moved with regard to
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain for N.
No to letter N, yes to the rest.
You got them both, Alex?
No.
So we have 2 no's on them. Right? Number 8, can I have a motion to accept letters A through D, also 9A, 10A, and B?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Say again?
8B.
8B, Baron, no.
8B, 9A.
8D, 9A, Jody Hess, no.
8B and 9A, no.
Down now. All right. Let's see here. All right. Can I have a motion to accept letter A, or number 11, letter A through I? Second. Discussion?
Question. Where are they going?
March. March, shortly.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 12, can I have a motion to accept letter A and B. A and B. And B. I'm breaking those tracks. I gotta read them. They're not on the agenda. A and B. Second.
Second.
Discussion.
Why do we approve both booster clubs?
We are, according to our insurance carrier, we should be recognizing the booster clubs every year with their officers,
Okay,
the
thank you.
liability. So that was not done once or twice in the last few years, but we make sure we start doing that every year.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Can I have a motion to accept number 12, which is a carry-on C, Memorandum of Understanding, a motion to approve the Memorandum of Understanding between EASD and the Foundation?
Second.
Discussion? The Foundation is doing a great job for us. Bob, I applaud your vision when you first got on the board with wanting to create this. And correct me if I'm wrong, it was to generate revenue in for the district at our time when we were struggling financially. And I think they've done a great job at that. However, I'm going to be a no vote on this because I'm not at the point right now. I'm cautious because, learning from history, when the district was doing okay and we're, balancing the budget, some spending or some money was used and, we didn't really think about the future. We were putting it back in place. They are doing a great job. They're raising money, doing great things for the district, but I'm not in a position to forgive any money that's owed to us as we don't have a budget. We still have a lot of things we need to work on, and I just don't feel giving money out or not collecting money owed at this time is a smart move for us. So I would be a no vote on that. However, the foundation is doing a great job by raising money.
Just as a clarification, like we're not really forgiving anything, but what this memorandum does, it's the board is approving a $9,000 fund for the foundation. Out of that fund, they're paying that money back. They're paying that $6,000 back. Okay, which leaves them $3,000 for expenses, which we cover most of those expenses now. That expense would be paid for with that $3,000, and if there was anything left over, the foundation can decide what they want to do with it, or if they spend more than what's allotted, then they would owe the district.
Absolutely. What is the balance owed to us from the initial startup investment?
23.5. So that would be paid off there. So the agreement has them paying back $6,000 a year out of that $9,000 to complete that, to pay that back. So they are paying it back out of that money.
But we're essentially giving them money to have them turn around and give it back to us as a payment on money's already owed.
Well, for the 4 years, but after that, it's going to be $9,000 that they're going to be getting for, materials and different things that they can do to expand. And that's the idea of this whole thing, is not only to recognize them for the job that they've done, which they have done a great job, but it's also to help them try to get more. And there is a safeguard there. If their annual income drops, if the money that they bring in drops below $75,000, like last year they brought in $94,000, but if it drops below 75, then this would be revisited, and we would have to vote again whether or not we want to continue to give them the $9,000. So that's how that plays.
Understood. But we I think you should be clear. They are paying $6,000 back off the $9,000 we're giving them. They owe $24,000 and some change. So essentially, we're saying you owe us $24,000. We're going to give you $9,000 so you can give us $6,000 back on the $24,000. My issue is, and it's to help them raise money. They're doing a great job. They're doing what we established them to do, and I'm very thankful for what they're doing. But we need to start looking more on helping out the taxpayers and keeping as much money in the district as we can to offset tax increases. not going to index and trying not to go wherever we are. They're doing great. Let's keep ourselves padded, if you will, and financially responsible to the public, and make sure our programs that we have and everything's in place, our staff is where we need them to be, whether the funding comes or not. Down the road, if we're in a much better position, give them a couple dollars to do this, do that. But when we say they're paying it back, we're giving them money to pay back the money they already owe. So it just kind of, it's kind of like a little cloudy for me.
You can say it that way, but that's more semantics. We're giving them money out of that money they owe us money. Okay, they're having to pay it back, but we're not giving them money to pay it back. We're giving them money to operate. Okay, out of that money, $6,000 comes back, but after that's paid off, that's $9,000 of operating expenses that they never had, that they can expand, their programs.
Again, and I think your argument is right. It's truly beneficial to the foundation, not so much us, to receive our money back. That's my issue. So then after it's done at the 4 years, they receive the money, they can keep going and building, which is great, but we still have money on the table from 5 years ago when we started, and we were supposed to collect money back after the second year, and we gave forgiveness and spread it out. So, that's why, again, it's not a knock on the foundation. They're doing great. I just don't feel that we finally balanced the budget after all these years. We're in a position to not take our money back that we need. So.
I just was trying to stretch it out because Billy has to go someplace.
I want to thank Mr. Pano for taking the lead on this. The reason that I can support this, I understand what you're saying, Frank. The reason I can support it is if you look at their last report that the board received, the large amounts of money that they really raise and support programs for the teachers and students in the district. And to me, that's where the balancing act is, with the large number of programs that they're able to support, versus the small amount that these gentlemen were able to work out with the foundation. That's where I'm going.
And I agree. Again, they're doing a great job, and it seems like we're going to give more as an incentive and things. But I don't congratulate fish for swimming, right? That's what they're supposed to do. The director gets paid to raise money. I really can't. I'm not willing to give more money because you're doing your job. I mean, that's what your job is to do, to raise money for us. So, but again, the foundation's doing great. If there's any other discussion or comments.
I'd also like to thank Bob for taking the lead on that. He put a lot of work into figuring out. Him and Mike really worked out the details on it to make it a workable memorandum.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Can I have a motion to accept letter D? Motion to approve use of auditorium of Paxanosa Elementary School on Sundays beginning immediately, to be reviewed annually between the hours of 8:30 a.m. 1 p.m. As Class 3 use without charge, but with payment for custodian security and site management fees as necessary, with Life Church.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion. I would be abstaining. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
If I could just say, to the board members that are leaving, I'm going to reiterate what John Reinhardt said. I truly believe this vote for Life Church to come into Paxanosa West Ward is probably one of the most important and impactful votes that you've made or that we've made in the last 4 years. So thank you all for approving that. All right. Is there any public who would like to be heard on non-agenda items only?
I forgot one vendor for the station. Varsity also contributes.
Varsity.
I'll never hear the end of that.
Is there any public, again, who would like to be heard on non-agenda items only? Number 14, any other business from board members?
I would just like to say it's been a pleasure, serving with all of you, and it was really a great experience and opportunity. It's only got a 20-minute speech.
You've been so vocal tonight.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
I just want to echo your comments and Superintendent Reiner's comments about the four board members who are leaving. With all due respect, it's very hard for anybody in the community to understand the amount of time that it takes to be able to serve on a volunteer basis. Whether it's meetings, whether it's attending the various student activities in the district, all things to try and show support for the school district. It's a large commitment of time, so Mr. Obie, Mr. Vandenberg, Ms. Price, Mr. Buscemi, thank you for volunteering your 4 years, and I'm sure it took a toll on your families and your personal life as well. But thank you for all your contributions.
Thank you.
Just an FYI to the board, I've been here 6 years and 4 years consecutive as president. This will be my last meeting as president. I'm not looking forward to run or accept presidency for my last 2 years. I have some other things on the horizon that I'm not interested in. I have to focus some time there right now. So, but I had a great 6 years and 4 years as the president. We've got a tremendous amount of things done. We turned a bad thing around, so I want to thank everybody for your help. And I usually keep these meetings about 17 minutes long. Everybody likes to run fast, but Gilly has somewhere to go, so I'm just right now.
My son's home. I can't help it.
Let me jump on and say 2 minutes or words. If everybody gives me 2 minutes, I think I'll have about 50. But it has been such a pleasure to be a part of this board, especially as an alumnus of the district, and I don't want to offend anybody, but a young alumnus of the district. It has been an absolute pleasure to be a part of some great things. I see one of my former teachers. I usually write him notes. When students come with their, I write performance notes. Do you get my notes? I see them. Yes. So I do that. I miss that, but I'll be out there every now and then, so you won't be able to get rid of me too easily. But I think that's such a pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for your service.
Thank you.
Like I said before, I will be back also sometimes, especially when we talk about the construction around Chester.
She's probably going to come back and play me.
One of the things I ran for, to get on the school board 4 years ago was to have a safer, better environment for our children, for our staff, and I believe that we are in the right direction of having our staff and our children in safer buildings, updated security equipment. Mr. Romali doing an excellent job as head of security, and I feel comfortable leaving knowing that Eastern Area School District is a much safer place for our children, our staff, and also taxpayers' money was well spent on upgrades in our buildings that will be built for years to come. So I'm glad that we're moving into the right direction on that, keeping security and keeping our children safe.
Mr. Obie, for those who don't know, is a correctional officer at Sing Sing Prison in upstate New York, almost 2 hours. So after dealing with inmates all day, he races down 78, he's here for meetings.
I do this Steve with me.
Well, for 4 years, that's a heck of a hike, so we appreciate your services as well.
Thank you.
All right, anything else from the board members?
Go Easton.
Go Easton. Oh, I actually have a bet with Mr. Sturbo, the president of the Phillipsburg School Board. So when we win, he'll have to come next month to our meeting with an Easter jersey on. And obviously, you'll know what happens. I got to go over there if it goes the other way. So, without anything else, oh yes.
Pictures
I'm
of
sorry,
the
I
bonfire?
took some pictures this morning and sent it over to Lisa of the bonfire. She has some other pictures there, so they were working. I mean,
Tim, is it bigger than last year?
No.
Every class is bigger than last year.
Wait, it doesn't be 2008.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?